question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another late night THFC rant. We smashed them 3-1 at home against Brighton, the team who's finishing above us, the team who's supposed to get top four, just got owned tonight. So Brighton, I think your season is done, out of the cups, and I don't think you're in the top four race, so good luck for the rest of the year. I don't think you're in any risk of getting relegated, but Tottenham put you to bed. Do want to thank all the folks that make this show and all of our other shows possible. The folks who have been very faithful over the months and supporting the channel financially. That would be our Patreon members. If you do want to grab a Patreon membership, if you don't like giving money to YouTube, make sure that you go ahead and do that. Go to patreon.com/THFCRants and you can join a membership for as little as $5 a month. Help support the channel and all of that good stuff. Those Patreon members are Mama Coates, Wayne Bonner, Tony Go, Gogama, Alex Burleton, Bob Spur TV, and John N. You can also grab, if convenience is your game, YouTube memberships are also available, multiple different tiers, all the way from $20 down to $3.99. 4-star General Ellie Aguila Kakaratos, Wayne Bonner, Mark Swift. At the $4.99 tier, Matt Hayes, The Truth Sets Free, AMZO, Daza Hotspur, Aaron Dove, Williams Rangers. I think that's the $3.99 tier. Sai Says, Danny Kiriakou, Tony Go, Dave Jones, Tottenham Tantrum Gold, who had a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. John Langford, Matthew THFC, Collins, Chapster 30, David, Eunice, Scott M. Also, all of our members and Patreon members do become automatically moderators into the chat. So if you want to ban people and do all that stuff, it'll only cost you $3.99 a month. We hope you don't do that if it's not necessary, but that's the way to do it. You could also pick up some sweet merch. Last chance to get that only cost $5 mil, the navy blue sweatshirt over there with the tarantula on it. I'm taking that one off the store now that Dele Alli is gone. So last chance to grab that one up if you want some only cost $5 mil tarantula to remind you of Dele Alli. But that's what's going on for that tonight. Hopefully this is going to be a happy, fun show, but this is THFC Rants, so I'm sure there's going to be some opinions on here, and that should be good. The lines are open. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you do want to jump on and join the show, you are welcome to do so. So without further ado, let's start bringing in some of our guests. I'm going to go in order whoever is in the back. So let me see if this can work here. Last time I had some problems, so we'll just we'll avoid that by doing it this way. But make sure you do hit that StreamYard link and you're able to join on the show. But one of my favorite guys, my brother in crime, the Pied Piper of Tottenham Hotspur, the man who leads all of you in the right direction. Make sure that you follow him wherever he goes. Stelios! The Pied Piper. He's even got the mask and the hoodie and everything. I like that drop. I don't know. Stella's not a fan, but I like it. Like the main beat that drops in there when people are on, like, it's gonna drop here in a second, but I like it. It's got that lots of cool stuff to work on. But
I do well.
I'm doing well. How was this show tonight over there on We Are Tottenham TV?
Yeah, it was okay. Bit of a anticlimax to the game.
This part right here. I like that part, but I gotta find you a new one because you want something a little more hype.
No, I don't mind it. I'm all right. I like it.
But we do know this gentleman here. If you guys aren't familiar with this intro and who that is, people can feel it from the back. He makes you want to kiss somebody. He gets you all filled with love and joy, and just makes you, I don't know, just make you feel like, you know, oh yeah, Maury's Spurs channels in the house tonight. Big up Maury. Yeah, crank the volume up for Maury a little bit. And Shane, I'm gonna have to get you your own particular intro, since you are coming on more and more often to the show. But we do have from the land down under, Shane B is in the house tonight. Everybody in the comments, give it up to Shane B. What's going on, Mr. Shane? Coming fresh off the beaches. You like to surf, Shane?
Yep.
Good deal.
Simple answer, yeah. When I get a chance.
I like the, I've never been surfing, but I do like to bodyboard. Maybe that's just like the cheap way to do it. But
Shark biscuit.
yeah, I like to bodyboard when I go to the ocean with my kids. And ever since I was a little boy, I never really got to surf because I lived in the middle of America. So middle of America, I'm from Missouri. People haven't figured that out yet, but we don't have beaches around. So we only went, whenever time we go to the beach, bodyboarding was about as extravagant as I got, but I actually enjoy it. So
Yep, those are.
enjoy it. But what are you guys' thoughts on the show tonight? We'll start off with Coach Stell. This is all we have in the back for now, but remember the lines are open. Anybody's welcome to join on. Just click the link at the bottom of the chat. We will bring you in. Remember, super chats do jump to the front. I'm gonna try to get all the comments in, especially from our members. They show up in green, so all member comments, I'm gonna make sure I at least get them up on the screen, if not read out. But the other way to do that is to be throw in a super chat. Mr. Stell, 3-1 at home, Brighton. You were a little nervous before the match going in.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a tough game. Because Brighton, they play good football. They've given Liverpool, Chelsea tough games. They've drawn 9 games, so they're hard to beat. They've only lost 4 games, but they've only won 6, so I always knew they were going to be weak up front. But listen, the first half, it was all Tottenham. We should have been 3-4-0 up. We put them to bed. Second half, they got into the game. They played better, but they missed the chances they created. We should have scored another 3 or 4 goals. We missed all of those chances as well. So I think Spurs played well. I think Brighton didn't really play that well. I really like Basuma. I thought Basuma was really good for Brighton. I like the look of him. Lamptey looks good. I also like Bentekkers. First time I've seen him play. Yeah, looks like he might become a player, you know. There's something about him. Breaks up the play. Good feet. And Kulusevski. I thought he'd be faster than what he was, but his decision making in the final third is very, very good. You know, he's. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I'd be tempted to play him as a number 10, as an Eriksen replacement almost. You know, I don't know, but listen, we should have scored. We should have won today by about 4 or 5 goals. Really, we missed so many chances. It reminded me of the Liverpool game all over again. You know, creating chances, not scoring, but we deserve to win.
It was a little better than the Liverpool game, though, I think, on finishing. But
yeah, a little better because we scored 1 more goal. Kane's goal was fantastic, absolute fantastic finish. We got lucky with the Emerson goal; it deflected.
I mean, let's be honest, it was a cross, right? So yeah, a cross that bounced off the defender's leg, and a cross that he put in, and there was nobody. There was nobody on the other side of the pitch to receive it.
That's what he does, isn't he? He just crosses it. Doesn't know where to put it.
I mean, hey, it went in the back of the net. it helped us to move on to the next round. But I mean, he curled it away from goal into the guy's leg. So it was obviously a cross, and there was nobody. I didn't even see anybody in the 6-yard box, far post. But hey, it went in the back of the net, and that's all we can hope for.
What cracked me up was he celebrated it like he meant it. And it's just like, big man, just walk away humble. But look, we had to win. We had to win because to go out of the FA Cup this early, it just makes it very deflating, with all these new signings and the clear out of these players. And we played well, man. We played well. So it's not the best performance I've seen Spurs play, but we did what we had to do. I don't think Lloris had anything to do all game. I think he had one save to make where Brighton took a shot and it deflected, and Lloris had to react to the deflection, and he saved it. But other than that, we were in control the whole game. I don't think we got out of second gear, if I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe we went into third gear for a little bit, but we had more gears to go through. Next round of the Cup. And just to answer Big Boss Man's question, my birthday is the 4th of May. Not the 6th, the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And then Wall Street Hotspur asks, where's the Kane tracker? The Kane tracker is only for the Prem. So it's only for the league. So cup goals don't count, unfortunately, right? We're talking about in the league. So we'll see that on Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever we play, whatever day the 9th is. Wednesday. We'll see that against Southampton. We'll see if that gets updated. Hopefully it does. And I said that this was the first match I've seen this season where I felt like Harry Kane was Harry Kane. So I said that on We Are Tottenham TV, and I mean it. Look, I don't. Even when I give players a hard time, it's not because I want them to play badly. That's not what I want. I want them to do well, and I'm having more and more hope for Harry Kane's season. Do I think that he'll be in contention for the Golden Boot? No, I don't. But do I think that hopefully maybe he'll scrunch out 15 goals for the season? Hopefully. So, Shane, how about yourself? What were your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a pretty good game overall. I'm not a big Royale fan. I think he had a bit of an ordinary game. It definitely was a cross, not a attempt at goal. There was nobody at the back post, as you said. I think PH had a bit of an ordinary game. He just looked like he ran around a bit too much today. It's good to see the new guys getting a run out as well. So Kulu getting his first run out.
Keep going, Shane. I can play with John later. So
good to see Kulu getting a run out, and I think Bentekkers, is that how you pronounce
Bentekkers.
it?
Bentekkers. When did you say that, Stella? Like you said that you said that on one of your shows too. Was that while I was out of town or something? Or
so on Monday night we did a podcast. No, Tuesday we did the United Spurs of America show, and we had Iggy started having a go at me because I can't pronounce foreign names, and he goes, "You're ethnic. How can you not pronounce other ethnic names?" We got into a row over it, and then I said, "You know what? From now on, I'm going to keep it simple. Kulu is Kulusevski's Kulu, and Bentekkers. I'm just going to call him Bentekkers."
You do realize that on Sunday I came on your show and called him Bentekkers, right?
I didn't have a show on Sunday.
Yeah, you did. Before the transfer window, before deadline, or on transfer deadline day. Sorry, Monday.
Oh, the 2,000 subscriber show.
Not the 2,000 subscriber show. The one you had on Monday, where I called in from the phone from the van when I was driving back.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm claiming it.
We can both claim it. We can share it.
I prefer Benton Cure.
Benton Cure.
Benton Cure.
Cody Mack said like Ben 10 Curious on Twitter. So it's Coolest Sexuals and Ben 10 Curious or something like that.
Benton Curious.
Benton Cure. You can just tell he's going to be our best midfielder.
Oh, he already is.
In the first 5 minutes of coming on, that's the skills and the interceptions and even the slick passing. You know, he just turned that defense like that into attack. He's going to be a superstar. I think Lloris had a good game, although he wasn't tested very much. But yeah, he had 2 really good saves. He had that deflected shot before the goal went in, and then he had that one-on-one basically with what's his name, Mope.
Okay, yeah.
What was Mope trying to do with that shot, man? That shot was ridiculous.
I don't know. Before we go into the in the meta, though, I do want to get Mari's like overall thoughts. He hasn't given those yet. So, Mari, welcome to the show. And what were your overall thoughts on the match today?
Couple of things. I thought it was a good game. Of course, we will have a period where we will, I didn't say lax, but Brighton was really trying hard. And Basuma is all real. I mean, he's the real deal. I know he got that legal thing, and if it's, I still don't know too much about it. Comment on it, and so I know a couple people like if it's true that we don't want him, but as a player, he's really good. And Lamptey was nice seeing him. I thought the game was good. We needed that after a long break. It was good to see Spurs. Couple things I've noticed. I'll jump on Bentekkers. Like you said we on Tottenham TV, it's the same thing I said. The first second, yeah, interception. Like he broke up play like the very first second, and he was pointing like taking command. You could tell that he seamlessly came onto the team. And I said this on Paxton Road on their transfer special that he's a very hard to determine worker. You look at all the plays, especially the Uruguayans. They're just solid, and he may not. There's some games he may give you a 9 or a 10, and he'll always guarantee will give you an 8. And for everybody that we got rid of, who were like giving us 5s, 4s, even 3s, Dembele, Dele, they need to go. And today, I kind of felt like Bentekkers is probably going to be our best midfielder.
Yeah, I think that even if he was playing in the first half, I think he, or even earlier in the second half, I think he stops Basuma's goal. I think if he's in there in that midfield, he closes Basuma down. And there's the thing, like, and you have a look at like Ziyech's goal with Chelsea. Bentekkers gets blocks that, stops that.
Yeah. And I will say this, Romero, you could tell as clear as night and day that this is like a new signing because he's been injured. What he does for our team, and coach, if you could add on to this, he's going to help the midfielders have that freedom to go forward. Even like Wicks has been going forward lately, and Højbjerg, but now gets more of a freedom because he runs up and intercepts. Once in the blue moon, he might make a mistake in being that aggressive, but I love it because I saw the sofa score of him. There was a big red blob in front of the box. If we have that every game, I'm telling you now, it helps our midfield. That was the first thing that came in my mind at the end of the game. Like, Romero is one of the most important players in our team because it will help us on the attack. With him and Bentekkers on the field at the same time, and they help everybody in the midfield.
I agree. But let me bring in what I think is probably one of the calmest heads and one of the smartest Canadians that I've ever met. To be honest with you, every other opinion I hear coming out of Canada just seems to be bonkers, except for this guy's. Let's bring him in. the voice of reason from the frozen tundra of Canada, Abdul Kareem. What's going on?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, guys? How you guys doing?
I'm doing.
Doing well.
Oh, so yo, Stella, I was watching your We Are Tottenham TV commentary. Must be super late for you guys, man, because you were commentating like all day. You're working hard, man. So I just want to say shout out to you, man, Coach Stella. You're working really hard out there, man. Appreciate
thank you, man. Respect you, Abdul. Respect.
Yeah, because I couldn't watch the first 30 minutes because what was I doing? I think I was going grocery. It took a lot longer than usual. So I knew I was going to be late. So I just put on the commentary and I was just watching it on my phone. And, you guys did a really good job explaining the game. It was pretty much vivid commentary. So, yeah.
See, still, I told you he was the smartest Canadian.
Cody's going to have something to say about that.
Oh, I'm sure he will, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I just do want to say, like, real quick, John Fitzpatrick, how's it feel to be wrong about Harry Kane? I wasn't wrong. Right? I never said he would down tool forever. I just said he would down tool, and he did. And he still hasn't hit 10 goals yet in the season, so I'm not wrong yet. And that it wasn't even him saying, I never said he wouldn't score 10 goals. The whole point of the 10 goals in the Harry Kane tracker, for people that want to watch, I have a 14-minute video that I can upload at any time anybody's willing if they want to keep pressing the issue. But it was simply that at what point, if he doesn't reach this, and I think Abdul was on that show, if he doesn't reach this point, at what point do we start talking about selling him, right? And then Dietrich Kane said 10, right? And Brian Daigle said, we're going to hold him to that. So that's what started the whole Harry Kane prem checker. I never said Harry Kane would be bad forever. I simply said he was down tooling, and that I said he wasn't playing world class this season, John. So I never said he wasn't world class in the past, or that he wouldn't be world class in the future. But he's not world class right now.
And now,
He's getting there.
Just
Getting
to back you up, Will, the comments that he made today about Conte, you could tell he's happy. He's really happy. In the beginning of the year, probably not happy. I'm stuck here, and yeah, probably down to now. That comment he made about Conte, that man, he's changed everybody's perspective. He loves the guy. Like, Kane's happy.
And this is the problem I have with Kane fans, right? And Kane fans are the worst Tottenham Hotspur fans. Because how many sitters did Son miss today? I think he missed one. I think he missed one sitter.
Yeah, one.
And it wasn't the header. It was the other one. The header for me, if you look at it, if you watch it back, he was completely off balance. Like he had to lean way back to even be able to head it. And I don't think he was expecting, I don't think Harry Kane was trying to pass that, right? That was just a wide shot. That Son just happened to be there, off balance and outside of the thing. Yeah, in most circumstances, if Son would have been running into it, if he wasn't already standing to that far post, it's probably a goal. 9 out of 10 times. But for that one, he was already there and had to go backwards for it. And heading a ball where you're already back is not an easy task. So
he was offside anyway.
Was he?
No, it wasn't.
I don't think he was.
They did the replay.
Marginal.
Son was offside.
He was offside.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But the one-on-one he had with the keeper, that one, where he just kind of passed it right to the keeper when Kane passed it to him, and he just basically he hit good pace on the ball, but it was just kind of like a side-footed pass. For me, that one you probably got to put the laces through it and push it far post rather than try to squeak it past the keeper near post. Near post for me always. It's one of those things that it's like a 50-50 shot going near post on a keeper, and I would just rather see people put it far post. But
there's only 3 players that can go near post and pretty much always score, and that's Messi, Samuel Eto'o, and Iron Robin. Yeah. Those 3 players near post in those situations, there's no one else like them.
Yeah, near post is a tough one because the keeper's already 2 or 3 steps in that direction. I mean, it's almost like you got to Jedi mind trick them in order in order to slow it past him near post. It's not as easy as it looks. But that's really the only sitter I think Son missed today. But off the ball and on the ball defensively, outside of the 6-yard box or the 18-yard box, the attacking 18-yard box, I thought Son was really good today. And you could really tell that we missed him the way the team was just automatically in first gear with Son back. But.
How scared do you reckon Brighton was when Kulu come on and we had Sonny, Kane, and Kulu up there?
Yeah, it brings on another dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's
and then like with Kulavitsky today, I just saw him being nervous. Did we lose you, Shane?
No, mate.
Oh, okay.
Just gotta clean my camera.
Just selling some drugs.
I think that
drugs are bad. Okay.
Yep. Okay. But but yeah. So for me, it's like with the Kulavetsky type of thing, Kulusevski. I always want to say Kulavetsky, but it's Kulusevski. But anyway, I think that you could tell that he just looked nervous, right? Like he was very sheepish. Like you would think a guy who was having confidence would have taken a couple of shots rather than playing a couple of the ball. Some of his passes were a little bit to me like me. It looks like he looked like. So for people that don't know, every time I've moved my son's moved clubs 3 or 4 times, and every time he moves, it takes him about 3 or 4 games to get with it in the flow. Not because he has any less talent than he had before, but because in order to make a good impression, he's afraid of making a mistake, and that's kind of what it seemed like Kulavetsky was doing. But for me, Bentekkers was doing Tekkers all over the place. Came in like a general, strong, confident. Immediately commanded the midfield, even with Højbjerg on the pitch. And people say, let's not big him up.
I was about to say, who does Bentekkers, who does he replace in, like what? If we're playing a 3-4-3, so like either Kane.
I think he replaces Højbjerg, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like his game style seems very similar to Højbjerg. I don't know if he has like maybe like the long passing range as Harry Winks, and he doesn't sit right behind. He doesn't sit right in front of the back four like Oliver Skip. He's kind of like that midfielder that's just
deep
all
line
action,
playmaker.
all over.
I think he does have a bit. Apparently, from what I've seen in the stats in the past, he does have a pretty good long ball.
He's got a good passing range.
Yeah,
his passing range is excellent. You can see that when he plays for Uruguay.
But does he sit like right in front of the back four? Does he have like that kind of?
No, he's a little more active. So he's more of like that. What was that guy at Inter, the number 10, who Conte turned into a number 6? What's his name?
Barella?
Can't remember. It may be, I don't think it's Barella.
Bastoni.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Bastoni.
There's a C in his name, I think.
Perisic?
No,
not Perisic. What am I saying? Brozovic?
Yes, Brozovic. He's kind of that type of player, I think.
He reminded me a little bit of Busquets a bit today. But there were things that popped up in my mind today, and just how he played. He reminded me a little bit of Busquets. And I was just, like I said, I'm really excited about him. I'm also excited about Kulu. I mean, it's his first game, and you're right, he's nervous and stuff. He should have an assist. If Bergwijn didn't kick a field goal or do his best,
Well, Kulu could have had an assist too if Harry Kane didn't kick a field goal. And that's like people want to talk about like Son's 2 chances. That wasn't tough. That was laid up for Kane on a pass. Oh no!
Outside the box. From like
no man, that ball was laid on the perfect pace, right in his step.
You got to hit the target.
You got to hit the target. At least hit the target on that. He's outside the D. You're talking to like that's where people hit top bins for fun in training, right? Like that's the area.
Abdul, if it was Winks, if it was Højbjerg, I'd say yeah, okay. But you're talking about one of the best strikers on the planet. You've got to hit the target.
Yeah, that was.
How many times have we seen like?
That's why you're the best
Yeah,
striker
but
in the world, because you're consistent with your shooting.
How many times have we seen great strikers of the ball like hit into Rosette from that range?
It's usually under pressure, but yeah, I mean, it's usually under pressure. Maybe you're a little off balance. It takes a bobble, like a bobble. But the ball Kulu played in Harry Kane was like one they play in training where Kulu has his foot, trapping the ball, rolls it into him, and Kane strikes top bins. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those. Yeah. That's how soft and how perfect it was.
He's really good at that.
Got to at least hit the target, right? Like
I definitely sensed that from Kulusevski. Kulusevski seems a bit sluggish when he was running on the counterattack, but I mean, his decision making was great. Like the opportunity he gave to Bergwijn, like he's really good at like laying up that little soft pass, He's
where like
from Lucas Moura, from Lucas Moura, you feel like it would have been Lucas Moura would have put too much weight on that ball. Even though it's a simple ball, but he makes it look simple, which is a lot harder than it looks.
I was yelling out for him to score like you will. I was yelling out, just bloody put your foot through the ball. He was
like there was that one
coming in on the left.
Yeah, that one play.
The space.
Yeah, that one play where he cut in on his left and he had like a yard, like a half a yard on the defender, like Kulu. He was just outside the 18-yard box. I was just like, strike. I was like, shoot! Like I scared my kids. I was watching my kids. They're like, you scared me, Dad. It's like,
shoot, damn you! Shoot! Just shoot, damn you!
Yeah,
that's just more confidence. You'll get that.
Yeah,
because he has a beautiful.
Good game from Kane, though. Good game from Son. I thought overall, Son's gonna need. I think we'll see a better Son on Wednesday. I'm glad he played as many minutes as he did today. And then I think Bentekkers is going to be great. I think we're going to love him. I think he's going to be a fan favorite.
Who starts in a 3-4-3? Who would you pair up if you was to start Bentekkers in a 3-4-3?
Winks.
Winks is the guy. Okay.
Winks, Skip, one of those two.
Okay.
Yeah. Skip's injured right now, so I don't
like Spurs in a 3-4-3.
I don't like him either in a 3-4-3, but if we're dead set on playing that, even if it's a 3-4-2-1, that's the two that I would put in that holding.
When we go through it at the top, there's always one player that just doesn't really do anything. Like today, Moura, he was just,
Yeah.
I think Spurs have only really got two players that can play up top, and that's Kane and Son. That's it. So I would just like us to play with two up top and just put another body in midfield. Because when Basuma got going, you could just tell we needed someone else in the middle,
I agree with you. I think that I would like to see, if I was picking the team for Wednesday and I wasn't going to pick a 3-4-3, I would probably go, the team that we had today, since Dyer's injured. I would go with Bentekkers, Winks, and Kulusevski in the middle of that 3-5-2.
Yeah, that's becoming very popular. A lot of fans have that same.
I said it.
Same
right at the transfer window. That's what I want to see. Or even
3-4-1-2.
Well, just a 3-5-2, and kind of have Winks and Kulusevski as the two CMs in that role.
Do you know one thing we did really, really well today in the first half? Emerson and Reggie at the same time, both of them were really, really high up. Yeah, really high up, and that's why a lot of the problems in Brighton's defense happened, because they were putting the defense out of shape.
Yeah, that's we could play to either side. Yeah.
If you watch us against Chelsea, the wing backs, we were so deep. It was like, what's the point of having wing backs? So, I just feel when we play at home, we're more confident being more attacking. When we go away from home, we're a bit, other than the Leicester City game, every other game away from home under Conte, we play it a bit safe, a bit cautious. I think our strength is to just go for it. Just go for it, man. We got fast players. We've got Bergwijn. We've got Son. We've got players. Now we've got Kulusevski, another technical player. We've got Kane up top. Winks, Skip, they can thread a pass. The wing backs, they might not be great, but they're quick. I just think we should go for teams more. Like when Southampton's at home and we've got Wolves at home. I don't know what the next away game is. The next away game, I want to see what we do now with these new players, how we play. I'm confident at home. I'm confident when Spurs play at home.
We got 2 home games though, so it won't be. It'll be a while before. Have they announced Burnley yet? I'm sorry, Shane.
Yeah, they announced. I think it was the 23rd.
Yeah, they put it into the...
It was because I'm looking at the first half. You know, you saw Højbjerg playing way up front there, and even wings. I'm going back to Romero, man. Romero in that middle and what he did today, I think it allows that confidence of everybody going forward because, I mean, he was solid. If it wasn't for Kane to get man of the match, I want to give it to Romero. I'm like, literally,
He was amazing. He was outstanding.
Yeah,
he made a stupid mistake when he fell, but other than that, he was.
His partner in crime.
I mean, he bossed. I forgot who it was. I mean, he threw him on the ground like a twig, and just and he's good on the ball. I mean, he's a difference maker. Like literally.
His partner in crime, Sanchez, had a pretty decent game too.
Yeah, Sanchez was good today too.
You know, nobody mentioned Sanchez, but he had a decent game today.
Sanchez has been good under Conte.
Yeah. He found himself in the box in front of Kane at one stage.
Do you know
that was just Roman. It was like, but he had a decent game.
Do you know what Romero badly needs? Because sometimes he pushes too high up and he gets caught out and he does something rash. And today he did it again. He got caught out. He just needs a quality centre-back who's 25, 26 to just play next to him. I was saying on the stream today, could you imagine Romero joining us when we had Toby and Vertonghen? Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh.
Just fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah, we just need someone quality to teach him because he's young. We forget he's 21. He plays like he's 25, but he's 21. He's a kid.
Yeah, the thing about Romero, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but either the other 2 center backs, so like the left center back and the right one in the back 3, maybe like again when Romero made that mistake when he kind of pushed up and then he kind of slipped, and that's when Mope had the open 1-on-1, right? Which obviously he didn't score. But I just feel like that's where the left center back and the right center back kind of has to cover for him.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe I think they just need more kind of like cohesion and maybe like chemistry, and maybe that's like one of the reasons why I kind of prefer Romero to play like a right center back, because like if he does push up, at least you have Eric Dyer, who's like always the furthest back there to kind of cover him. So like there needs to kind of have like. Again, if Romero pushes up, then the center back Davies or Sanchez today has to kind of drop back into his position. You know, so they have to work on that. I'm not really.
And Ben Davies almost cost us the goal again today. Did you guys remember that?
That's where we need somebody like Langley. Is it Langley?
Yeah, Linglet. Yeah.
It's French, so you don't pronounce the T, I thought. So
yeah,
it's Langley.
Sounds Chinese almost, Langley.
He's a quality left-sided centre back.
Is Romero 23?
Yeah, he's 23, 24. Yeah.
He's still young.
Oh, my bad. I thought he was younger.
No. But for me, it's just like Ben Davies almost cost us another goal today. If the finishing was better, and we got to do something about him. It's almost like I wish Romero could play on the left and we could do his Romero, Dyer, Sanchez or something like that. But Ben Davies just cannot.
The problem is there's no cover for that position. There's no left-sided centre back.
No, I know.
So Ben Davies he'll always start. He'll always start because there's no left-sided player.
See, I reckon Roden can play there.
He's so lucky. He's a left footer. I swear.
Roden plays there for Wales. Roden plays there for Wales, doesn't he?
No, Roden plays central for Wales. Davies plays on the left for Wales. Roden plays in the center of the three.
Is that my theme tune?
They play back high. Oh, okay.
Yeah, back three.
Back three. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to get Bastoni.
Tottenham fan XD who's a Barcelona fan says no, not Linglet. But Linglet is actually okay. So this is the thing, right? You got, and I think this is the one thing that I like about British football that's maybe a little bit better than maybe some of the other countries is seems like in Spain or in Italy you make one crucial mistake, and they will write you off and never give you a second chance. And that's what kind of happened with Lenglet. That's even kind of what happened with Bentekkers. Like there was he made this one error, this one really bad mistake, and the Juventus fans just never forgave him. And
it was a mistake he made against Porto in the Champions League that led to them scoring in the first leg. And then ever since then. Yeah.
But they just don't let it go. They just keep on them, and the press is like that too. You know what I mean? And so at least in England, I mean, because heck, if that were the case, half of our players would half of our team would never be able to play again. No, we seem to be a little bit more forgiving over in the Premier League than some of the other leagues are. I guess I don't know, but
yeah, I mean,
because Bentekkers was world class starter week in week out for Juventus, for 2 years. So.
Well, do you know what it is? The Italian media is the worst.
Yeah.
When it comes to football, they are brutal. They are absolutely... The British media is bad, but the Italian media is on another level. When it comes to football, they're just bonkers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it makes it hard for players, you know what I mean? So...
Plus, you got to consider the guy who came on We On Tottenham was saying that Allegri, the Bentekkers was used to, and Kulu were used to the coach previous, which I'm forgetting his name, previous to Allegri.
Saki.
Pellegrini.
Yeah. And so with Allegri kind of wanted them to do some different things and stuff like that. So it was kind of want to look at the whole picture with the progression with these two players. And apparently Allegri wanted something else. So that's why those two players weren't helped. So
Allegri's a dinosaur, man. He's playing 4-4-2. Playing cool as
Someone's coming in. Someone's coming in.
I can hear the music.
When the music starts creeping up, that's what you got to do. But this kid is way up past his bedtime. He doesn't care. He's on every Tottenham show everywhere. Staying up late with us tonight. Well, although it's not that late yet. Dan THFC is back to the show. Watch your mouth, Stelios. What's going on? What's going on, Dan?
What up, Dan?
Dan, I saw you backstage of We Are Tottenham TV, and then you disappeared. What happened?
My camera I got a new camera recently, and it's been really crappy. I just fixed it now. That's why I got on a little bit later than usual. But now it's working now, and yeah, it's a better camera than I used to have.
He's hitting my boy, man. This man's voice got deeper.
Yeah, he's got that age. My son Paul's kind of at that place too, where his voice is squeaking. I got two. I got one that's 14, one that's 12, and they're both all squeaky voice around us. Next thing I know, I hear some. So I was gonna say, yeah. So sometimes with the little kids of that age, it's like I can hear him talking in the other room, and it sounds like two straight. And the next sentence is weird time.
Saying he's busting a chain as well now.
Yeah, sporting a chain. He looks older. It's only been like 2 months, 3 months. It's like a different person.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
I was just quickly what you were saying. So, do you know who Iggy is?
Iggy, yeah.
Iggy Prince.
He's an Italian guy on my channel.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right, he was saying that before Allegri, the manager of Juventus was more attacking. and Kulusevski and Bentekkers were playing really well in that system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As soon as Allegri come in, he's gone really defensive, like you said, dinosaur shit, and it's just killed Kulusevski and Bentekkers. It's killed them. That's why they don't feature as much. So if we play attacking football, Kulu and Bentekkers will be good players. If we go really pragmatic defensive, it's going to be, dud signings. So depends how we play. That's what Iggy was saying, based on what he sees in Italian football week in, week out.
Yeah. I mean, like in the Pirlo era, well, it's only like 1 year, but like, yeah, Bentekkers, especially the year before that, before Pirlo came in, I think it was maybe like 2018 or 2019, where Bentekkers was really good for Juve. He was crucial to them winning the 3 Scudettos. And then as soon as Allegri's come in, he's pretty much playing like a 4-4-2. He has Kulusevski. That's why if you look at Kulusevski's stats last year, he has like one of the best like defensive stats. When you're looking at like the pressure and like the defensive stats that he has, in terms of like the amount of minutes that he has, like he's really good at defending. And obviously he does have a lot of work rate, but that has a lot to do with Allegri's stats. So, you take the battle with the good at that instance. So, yeah.
We've got Colombian at the back. We've got Argentinian at the back. We've got Europe, South American FC, man. South America FC.
Yeah.
Just think if we could add a Diaz to that. Oh, that'd have been.
We should have kept Lamella. Shithousery every week.
No, man, I'm done with the Argentines, man. I'm done with the Argentines. Sorry.
Lamella had to go.
No, it's like Lo Celso, Lamella, like even Romero. He better come good.
He's good, man. He looks good.
He's good, but he's good though. He's as long as he stays healthy, but he's good. You can tell he has.
Didn't he kind of come out of like an Italian academy though? Like I can't remember what academy did he play in Argentina.
He was in Juve's team, and the Juve loaned him out to Atalanta, and then
let me look him up on transfer market and see where he went. But
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I guarantee you, if we get a top centre back, another one, a really experienced one, like the guy they were looking at from Inter Milan, not Skriniar, the other one.
Right.
He's brilliant. Now, if you put him next to Romero, you'll see Romero go to another level again. He'll just raise his game because that confidence in the defence just increases. That's why Vertonghen and Alderweireld are so good, because they raised each other's game.
Yeah,
they raised each other's game. So you need that. We don't really have a good partnership at the back yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
so he did. He It looks like he went to Genoa in the 18-19 season when he was still in the U20s. So he came out of Belgrano Academy in
Where is that? Italy?
Argentina.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, what did you make of the new guys today, Dan?
I thought Kulusevski, he didn't look bad, but Bentekkers looked completely on a different level to me. What a great sign. And that's because we had a big problem in the midfield. Now we've got a guy which I think could play over Højbjerg or Winks. Probably the best midfielder we have right now. No question, an improvement to the squad. I'm not sure about Kulusevski. Obviously, if he doesn't work out, he's alone, so it's not going to be like we're stuck with him like most of the other players that we buy. But I didn't see too bad of Kulusevski. I saw fantastic from Bentekkers, especially that skill that he did in our own box. A little bit risky, but it was a fantastic skill. It was good to see. Obviously, I would have liked to see Adama Traore play today. I would have liked to see Luis Diaz play today, but not all our dreams are possible.
I would have liked to see Weston McKennie play today.
You know, there's a guy called Jacob. You know who Jacob is, Dan?
No, I haven't really been on YouTube most recently.
Okay, when you meet Jacob, whenever you mention the word Adama, he goes into meltdown because he's like literally in love with Adama. Like I actually think he wants to marry Adama. I swear to God. So when you mention it, if he's watching this show right now, he's probably going crazy.
Yeah, but
how was Emerson Royale's performance? You guys,
who?
Because obviously Emerson Royale. How was his performance? He's going to be our starting right wing back. We don't have a back. Well, we have Doherty, but like you know what I mean.
Did you hear Conte say Kulusevski has the potential to play right wing back?
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
That's what he said. That's what he said.
It's quote. You don't want to hear it, but that's what the manager said.
Conte can quit. Conte can go.
I was chatting with someone on Twitter. I was like, boy, Emerson playing like he has a chip on his shoulder. I guess he was watching our streams and looking at Twitter. I'm like, if he needs to play like he's mad all the time, if he's going to play like this, I'm like, yeah, let's keep talking bad about him. He'll play better because apparently, he was pointing. It's like, hey, if it takes you to play like that with a chip on the shoulder, then you know what? Play every game with a chip on your shoulder. You against the world. That would be better for us.
He posted a message on IG, right, where he was like, we work in silence or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it translated to.
Yeah.
He said we work in silence, so I don't know if that's...
Thiago
take it how you want.
Thiago kind of broke it down in Brazilian, in Portuguese. He broke it down the message. It was basically, like you were saying, it was just like, I'll show my performance in silence or something like that. So I'm like, hey, you know what? Some players play great when they're angry or whatsoever. They feel the world's against them.
Well, good. I mean, if that's what gets them to playing well, good.
I don't see the hype.
But for me, from Emerson, like today, I just don't see. I don't see it like so. For example, with Kulusevski coming and playing, like if Kulusevski starts at wingback, I think that's wrong, right? But if Emerson starts at wingback, and then in order to be more attacking, you slide Kulusevski over there, and then bring in another attacking midfielder like a Moore or something like that, I could see that making sense. But if you're starting Kulusevski at right wingback, it's shambles.
You see Sonny March, he spun Emerson about 4 or 5 times today. Like literally, Emerson cannot defend in a deep position. Higher up the pitch, Emerson can, but in the right back position, he can't defend. I think Emerson is an average player. I really do.
Yeah, so very average.
If he has a slightly good game, right, he's gone from like a 3 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10. But because we're used to 3 out of 10, that 6 psychologically becomes an 8. So people are like,
you know what I think it is? You know what I think it is, though, still?
That was a 6 out of 10 performance because you're judging him by his standards, and his standards are average. That's what I think.
But you know what? No, you know what I think it is above more than that. I think that everybody was when we signed him, right? Didn't really do a lot of research. Saw that we signed him from Barcelona, bigged him up so much that to now not praise him, they just feel bad. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, and they use that excuse. He's young.
He's young. Even though I didn't look to see if he was any good before I said he was great. No, they can't take it back. That's what I think that's what happens.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't think he's trash. I just don't think.
I think he's trash going forward. Going forward, he's trash.
He's not good enough to be.
I think he's trash defending more than going forward.
No, he's horrible. He's one of the worst crossers the ball I've ever seen in my life.
He's poor in both.
My 41-year-old fat ass could probably cross the ball better than he can.
He's very average. Just average all around. I don't see a player in him. I really don't. What's the Japanese guy that we missed out on?
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu. I see more in Tomiyasu than I do in Emerson Royale.
Yeah, he's not really a wingback though. Like if we were gonna play 4 at the back or something, Tomiyasu probably would have been a better defender. But
I don't understand why we didn't buy Dumfries for 12 million when we could have bought him. We played against PSV in the Champions League under Poch. We lost to them, or we drew. I can't remember. Away, and Dumfries was good, man. And like since then, he's just got better and better. Now he's gone to Inter Milan, might win a league title there. I don't know. AC Milan beat them today, actually. 2 goals in the last minute or something to win it. I don't know, but I don't know, man. Emerson, is he a Premier League winning Championship side level? No way. No way.
No. And that's why Barcelona let him go. And when can't remember what show it was. It might have been the show that I did on the last show that I did. But Barcelona coming in, and they were like, Paratici calls up the president of Barcelona, like, yeah, we would like to offer you 29 million euro for Emerson. What? What did you say? 29 million euro? For who again? For who? Messi? No, wait. Emerson? They just said that they were going to offer us 29. Play with them a little bit. See if you can get them up to 30, the idiots. 30? And then they were just laughing at us for that. Because they bought him for like peanuts, loaned him out for 2 years. Never, like, he came back for preseason. That was it. Like, I don't know. It's pretty funny. They totally got one over on us.
A report that Barcelona were actually surprised that, report that the club was actually surprised we paid.
They were shocked.
Barcelona should be the last club talking about they were surprised. You know how many times they got fleeced and finessed?
Yeah, but they get fleeced like 100 million for a player who's actually decent. But like, so if we were to paid like 4 or 5 million, maybe 8 million for like Emerson, then I would say, okay, yeah, he's not a decent. But it's the fact that we spent almost 30 million euro for him.
I know, it was stupid. Don't get me wrong. I hate the fact that it's coming from Barca. The fact that they're in this financial crisis because of the stupid amount of money. Like, come on, spending like 30 million on Paulinho from China. Come on, look at that stupid business. Like the amount of money they threw away. Giving out Lucas Digne to Everton for like
Coutinho, 110 million pounds or something like that.
Barcelona should be the last team.
Dembele, yeah.
The problem is, Abdul, whenever you want to argue against another club, when it's a club like Barca, they'll just say, "You see that trophy cabinet? Show me yours." And that's the conversation. Always comes back to that.
I'm done with it.
The conversation always ends up there, and do you know what? You have nothing to say. You're like, oh, "Okay, all right, yeah, you can waste."
That's why we got to win trophies, Dan. That's why we got to win trophies, Dan. So we don't have to listen to the trophy jokes.
Yeah.
That's every argument ends up at that. Every argument.
Especially here where I live, where some people are just so uneducated. Like, you just say something factual, and they're like, "Where's your trophies?"
But it's facts, though. That's the harsh part. But that's the harsh part. This is facts. What can you say though?
But another thing,
wage structure. Nobody cares about your wage structure.
They'll say, yeah, we wasted 140 million pounds on Coutinho, and we still won the league title. Say something. You're like, okay, all right, okay.
Well, it's a weak argument. Like, it is a weak argument. Like, trophies, It's a dumb argument. It's almost to the same level as people saying, like, for national teams, if you come from a rich country with a lot of people, then you should be good at football, right? Like money has anything to do with anything. It doesn't, right? It has to do with the league that you play for. For example, Russia has more people and more money than England, but should Russia be winning more European titles than England? No, look at their league. It's way down there on the scales. It's just not as essential to them. But if you have a country like England who has the best league in the world, so you should have the best academy system in the world. Your country should be performing, right? So,
now, I'll say this about Barcelona. I think they went through a bit of an identity crisis, where La Mesa, their camp, they brought in tremendous talent, and then you see Real Madrid keep buying pieces here and there, So, Barcelona's like, okay, we need to spend on Dijon, we need to spend on Coutinho, we need to spend on some of these players. I think they went away for their mentality, and now they're transitioning, playing the young kids. I'm telling you now, if you're gonna beat Barcelona, beat them now, because when those young kids come out, Gavi and Pedri and a couple of the other young kids pan out, I mean, they're going to be a force.
It's looking good out there.
Yeah,
it's looking good out there.
Force to be reckoned with. They're going to be a force.
Mate, it's all set up for Pep to go back in it. It's all set up for Pep to go back.
No, you seriously, because those kids are 18, 19, 20. They're already playing Champions League. They're still in Champions League.
No, they're Europa League. They're facing Napoli.
Europa. But they got the experience, and little by little, little by little, you see them, and it's just like, okay, it's going to pan out. It's kind of like trusting the process, and it still says it. But it's right when those players really play. Yeah, Gavi, Pedro, Nico's real good at Fati, of course. I guarantee Pep is going to walk back in and be like, "Hey guys, I'm back."
Yeah,
take with those kids.
I think in the next 2-3 years, Pep's going to win the Champions League, then quit. I think he will win the Champions League at City. It's a matter of time before they do it, man.
They seem cursed, though, man. They seem cursed.
They do.
It's like us, you know what I mean? And us in finals.
Yeah, I know, but I think. Listen, last season, Pep made a mistake. He will look back at that final and he will know deep down he fucked it, right? If he gets City into that position again, he's not going to make the same mistake.
You think Martin Yule cursed us when he got sacked at halftime?
I think Daniel Levy cursed us. When he bought us.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if you look at the very beginning of Daniel Levy's time, like it wasn't that bad. There wasn't that big of a drought. But it was like once he sacked Martin Yule at halftime, it was like boom. It's like did he do some voodoo on us as he's walking down the tunnel?
Old Russian curse or something.
Yeah. Got some gypsies on us or something like that.
Yeah, maybe Martin Joel put some juju on us or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Does Joel have traveler blood?
I don't know. That's not a big thing here in the United States. Like I know, like in Europe, there's they get discriminated against a little bit, but like that's not a huge deal here. But so I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't want to go there. Don't want to go there.
He's Dutch, ain't he? Dutch.
Yeah, he's Dutch. Yeah.
He does look a little something. Let me see.
Oh, what?
His brother's names. I think one's called Dick, and the other one's called.
Yeah, his mom's name is Yanete Mazzarare.
I've met his brother actually. Nice guy. He told me. I remember asking him. I asked him a question about his brother. Yeah, I asked him a question about Joel, about players. I remember he said to me that when Spurs signed Edgar Davids, Martin Joel wanted to bring a couple of other Dutch players into the team, like top players, but Levy said no. Levy blocked him from getting the players he wanted. That was going back. When was that? 2010, 2008.
Something like that.
So Levy was doing it ages ago. You know, not listening.
Levy's a control freak. He's a control freak, man.
Do you think Levy's changing with Conte? Do you think he's been forced to change, or do you think same old? You know, nothing's changed here because we did get rid of the players the manager wanted out. So
I do think he's changing, but I think Levy does realize like what's in stake in terms of like if Conte does leave, there's nowhere to go but down. You've already hit the jackpot, and you got a manager that's way out of your league. I mean, we're not even in the Champions League. We got an elite manager, so I think Daniel Levy does realize, and also from our scouting report, all the players that we are being rumored with are like Italian targets, Italian Serie A teams, right? Serie A players. So I do think none of that is from Daniel Levy. If it's up to Daniel Levy, like Ollie Tanner, that little non-league player, that looks like more of like a typical player that we would recently go for.
That was such a joke, man. That was like the biggest joke going, man. I don't know if you guys know much about non-league football, but non-league football is literally it's when you're not good enough to be a professional, but you're probably a bit too good for playing down the park with your friends. So they've got something called like semi-pro. You're not pro, but you're not amateur. You're like, so you get £200, maybe £300 a game. That's the level Ollie Tanner's at. And we're saying, let's bring him to Premier League top. Let's get this guy and bring him to Tottenham Hotspur. Fucking joke.
Did he turn down
Really
two
didn't.
contracts? Did he turn down 2 contracts too?
He turned us down. Yeah.
And another
No, but
team.
I heard he's good though. If you guys do know any people playing, because I know a couple of people that played against him in the semi-pro football. They did say he's very good, but I mean, context is a wonderful thing, right? So
Premier League.
Jabby. No. Hey. The MLS is a bit better than the semi-pro league. I mean, there's a lot of MLS players who are now playing in Europe. There was a good report. I don't know, Will, if you saw it. A couple more MLS players are being, as we speak, have cut deals to go to Europe.
Arsenal, right? Arsenal got a Colorado Rapids player.
Yeah,
or
but
two.
that was within Cronky owns the Colorado Rapids. But no, there was what's the guy's name?
Oh, so you're just laundering money then.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. The MLS. All right, there's some retirement players. The Shaqiri just signed with Chicago and stuff like that. And trust me, I'm not a big fan of the MLS, but I won't diss them that much to say.
Also, Douglas Luiz, right? Is that official? Douglas Luiz to LA Galaxy.
Yeah, he's going to play for LA. Douglas Costa.
Douglas Luiz that was at Aston Villa?
No, Douglas Costa. So no, Douglas Costa. Sorry.
Okay.
He used to play for Bayern Munich, the Brazilian winger.
He used to play for Juve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for Juve, played for Bayern. Yeah, he's going to LA Galaxy.
Top player. Top
Suarez might come to Inter Miami. Suarez, there's rumors.
I know Jabby is a funny guy, and so it's late. Jabby said not being totally serious, Martin. He's right. Yeah.
You'd stir him a pot, Murray. Stir him a pot.
Stir the pot.
Man, Jammy's just trolling the Americans, man. He's trolling you. He's sucking you in, man.
Who Jamie gets still what's better than MLS?
He's fishing, man. He's like, get that Murray. I caught a Murray. I got a Murray fish. I got a Murray.
You got me, man.
No.
Oh, man.
MLS is like top 20 leagues in the world. I think they're like top 15, so I'm not worried about it.
I got me a Will Stewart. I got a Will.
No, that does bother me though. Like even North Americans like to crap all over. Like, I had a big debate on Twitter because some other fellow North Americans, I won't mention any names. You know who you are. We're crapping on CONCACAF and North American football, which I think is just it's elitism.
Do you know what? I watched the because Cody Max made such a big deal of that Canada-America game, and I actually went back and watched it. I have to say two things, right? Number one, I think America, it's fair to say, I'm not going to say dominated, but they practically kind of almost did dominate that game.
They did dominate the game. I was 100% right on my analysis of that game.
It's 2-0.
I know you won.
Smash and grab. Smash and grab. 2-0. Two mistakes, 2 goals.
2 counterattacks.
The goals you scored were very, very good. The other thing I have to say, that all black Canada kit looks sick.
Yeah, it does.
Honestly, that's such a nice.
I like all black kits, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the Germany away kit.
Like that one Mari's wearing right now. Before that kit came out, like when they announced it, when they announced the colors of the kit, it was black and Volt. It was supposed to be black and Volt were the colors they said. It was white and navy, black and Volt. Because they just announced the color swatches. So I was excited. I thought it was going to be like that 2014-15 away kit, the Under Armour one that was all black with the yellow stripes. Like,
yeah.
That's what I thought when it came out, and like there were some like leaked photos of the thing, which was just a solid black kit with AIA and white, with the that like people had made up thinking that it was going to be like that 14-15 away kit, because that was my first kit I ever bought. Right, like I haven't even worn it. Its tags are on it still. It's up in the closet. But
who was the Canadian player that broke? He cut in, then he went down the middle and scored the second goal for Canada. Who was that guy?
He's a young player. It's a young academy. What's the name? Ogomba? What's the name?
I don't know the second. I missed the second goal. I was actually at a
Ogumba.
trade show during that game, so I only caught the first half for the
Mate,
most part.
I know
He-
the first goal was scored by
he
Kyle
can
Larin.
move.
Yeah,
That
Laren's
boy can
big
move.
though.
That was a good goal. That was a very
He's
good
playing
goal.
the wrong-
good goal.
1-2.
That was a very good goal.
Yeah.
Why
Laren's
doesn't
very
Jonathan David play number 9 for you guys? Like, why do you guys have
He does.
like this linebacker
too.
playing?
He's good though, man.
He's not good.
clinical. Kyle Larin?
Yeah, dude. Like
one
he's
of
playing the
he's
wrong
like one of the
football,
top
man.
scorers.
He's playing the
No,
wrong
man.
football. He needs to be playing like linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs or something like that.
He's killing it for the Turkish league. He plays in Besiktas. He's killing it.
Massive, dude.
Yeah,
Massive.
he's like what's that guy's name? Altidore. That's what he reminds me of.
Josie Altidore. Yeah, but he's bigger than Josie Altidore.
I
Is he
hope.
bigger than Traore?
But
He's not
I don't
muscular
know.
like that, but
I don't
size,
know the
he's just thick. Like he's not muscular. Like I'm sure he has muscles, but I mean he's not as toned or defined as Traore is, right? Traore's like this big, right?
Beast.
This dude is like this big, right?
You know,
And
you know,
he's just-
Murray.
He has a body of Captain Morgan, Wes Morgan, the Leicester City center back. He has like that kind of body, if you know what I
just a
mean.
big dude. Like
So
he's
he's just
big.
like wide.
Like Maguire.
I'm gonna say
Like
this.
double the
Yeah.
size of Maguire.
Yeah,
Maguire.
I think he's a
Yeah,
little bit
Oh, he's
bigger than
like a
Maguire.
fridge.
I'm gonna say this. I said this.
Like,
Yeah, he
Really
should be playing
balling or
linebacker. It's not football.
I said this on the Love Lounge. I'm gonna say it again. If he ends up being on Spurs, I'm gonna make sure the whole fan base say his name right. Even the announcers makes me cringe. Jonathan David is of Haitian descent.
He was born in America. Traitor.
America, like me, but we still have our Haitian blood. His name is Jonathan David. It's not David. It's David.
Yeah.
He scored a beautiful goal against what was it, Honduras?
It is.
Honduras. You seen that goal he scored against Honduras? He chipped it over the keeper.
Yeah.
So,
By the way,
He's
the-
good. Like if he was on the U.S. men's national team right now, we'd be a go for the World Cup this year. I think.
By the way,
He's
the man
nice.
that
He's cold.
the man that scored the second goal was Sam Adekakube. Hard to pronounce, but Sam Adekakube.
Yeah. I think he's Nigerian. I think he's from Nigeria.
Yeah, probably. We have a lot of those guys too coming in through our youth academy here in the United States. African immigrants.
Alfonso
Some of
Davies
them are
wasn't even
fire.
playing too. Alfonso Davies was streaming on Twitch. He was streaming
I
the
watched
game.
him. I watched the clips, but we didn't have half. You guys, you do realize I was like a B team for the U.S., right?
Will can't let it go.
We had
Will
a
can't let it go.
Will.
Will cannot let it
Have you seen?
go.
Have
No,
you
I'm
seen,
just saying. I just want somebody to say yes. We know it was a B team, right? We beat you guys.
Team
Smash and grab.
You had
Pulisic,
Robinson
McKennie.
at left back. You had Pulisic. You had McKennie. Timothy Weah came off the bench.
Timothy Weah couldn't even get through
Still-
customs. What are you talking about?
Weah wasn't playing. Weah, he didn't
No,
come off the bench.
he couldn't play. He was vaccinated. Didn't have the vaccination record to play in Canada. They wouldn't even
Okay.
let him come across
So-
the border.
Sergino Dest played. I just named
Sergino
you, like, how many
Dest. So what we had Pulisic, McKinney, Dest, Miles Robinson, and that's it. 5 players that would start for us.
yeah.
Who's the
That's it.
other players? There's like some MLS guys you guys.
Yeah,
are
let
missing?
me pull up the list. Yeah, most of them are MLS
In
dudes.
goals, Matt Turner.
Matt Turner,
Serginho
second
Dest.
string.
Who's the first
No.
string? Who's the first string then?
Jack Steffen,
hope-
100%. Always.
I hope Canada and USA both qualify for Qatar, and I hope you both play each other in the knockout round. That'll be the best ever.
Bro,
That wouldn't be a
beat
contest.
twice.
They'd get
no, we didn't
We've
beat
beaten you twice.
No.
That'd be great.
once.
Who's
You beat us
first?
once this year.
For the neutral fans that know you guys
undefeated.
and Cody, it'll be
Undefeated.
great.
We drew this first match.
I'll sit down with a glass of wine.
We drew the home leg in
Canada's
the
undefeated.
United States in the qualifiers.
Canada's undefeated.
Go crazy.
Yeah, we drew each other in the first leg of the qualifier.
Yeah.
I
Have
noticed
you
I was
seen,
staying quiet.
Yeah, there was a U.S. versus who was our last game? U.S. versus I
Australia's
think
going
it
to
was
qualify, right, Shay?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the Asia.
They
We're
played in
third
like
in our
negative 16.
group.
Negative
Third.
16 degrees, right?
Third
You
in
guys
our
played.
group, yeah. And the top
Oh,
two
Minnesota?
automatically
Yeah.
qualify.
Second game.
All right, so you
Some
still
people
got a
got
chance.
sick. The opposing team.
We got a chance, but it's an outside chance at this stage. We probably have to go through like a playoff. Then we'll have to probably play somebody from the CONCACAF. Somebody.
Is it
you know,
Conca? I thought
third in
CONCACAF played the. I thought the fourth place played the fifth place of AFCON. For
AFCON.
that.
No,
Isn't it
we
Asia?
play-
It's not
Is it
Asia.
Asia?
Asia is we play the top two qualify. The third in the group go to a playoff game. Then they play somebody from Central or North America, third in their group or whatever,
Okay.
third or fourth in their group. And if they beat them, they go into the World Cup. Saudi Arabia and Japan are above us at the moment.
I've always loved Australia's kit, their jersey, man. That yellow, that bright yellow.
Yeah. So like,
I always,
here's so
I
like
always,
the
I always
lineup.
remember Tim Cahill scoring a volley. I don't know. It wasn't last World Cup. It was the World Cup before that one.
Yeah. So the lineup for the U.S. We had Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Serginho Dest, and Miles Robinson. Those were the only 5 starters that played. You had Aronson. Musa may be a starter in the future, but he's not yet. Jesse Zardes definitely isn't a starter in this World Cup coming up. Anthony Robinson, maybe, but we have better left backs than Anthony Robinson. Chris Richards, definitely not. Like Zimmerman is a far better center back than Richards is. So yeah, that was Matt Turner's definitely not our first string keeper. So I mean, we only had 5 out of 11. So not even 50% was starters against Canada.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
Canada-
missing
Canada-
Alfonso Davies. We're missing some
What's
players.
1 versus 5?
Yeah, but When
So
you
he's never-
think of Canada, you think of Alfonso Davies, and he wasn't playing.
No,
So-
that's true. But I mean, the good thing that I guess you could say is, like I said, you could say this is a blessing or a curse. But Canada, since they lack a huge pool, their camps have been very consistent. Whereas Greg Berhalter, I don't know what that clown is doing, but like his camp is different every single. There's a new 40 man total pool that he calls in every single window. Like there's not. It's like the only windows. There's like 5 or 6 names on there that stay the same. That's like Pulisic, Adams, Taylor, Weah, Dest. But it's like other than that, it's like you don't even know. You don't even know. Like, why is Ricardo Pepe not playing in that match? You know, why is Pepe came on later? But who do we even sub in for the? They brought in Reggie Cannon, who's like 17 years old. Jordan Morris, Kylian Acosta, Paul Areola, and Ricardo Pepe. Okay, so I mean, and he didn't bring anybody. And this is another thing. He didn't bring anybody until the 70th minute, right? So I hate Greg Berhalter.
Will, I need to go, man. It's 3:30.
Falling out, passing out. Promote your show, man, before you go.
Tottenham away. You can catch me on Monday. That's it. I'm done.
Tottenham away, catch him on Monday.
Are you going to do the next We Are Tottenham TV commentary? Live show?
No, I'm not doing another one.
The game?
I'm not doing. When we play at home, I go to the games. When we're away, I might do a watch along. I'm doing the Man City watch along. That's the next one I'm doing.
You're
It's gonna be a good one. I think we'll win.
Lost since you've been in there. Your good luck charms.
Yeah, man, don't jinx it.
Knock on wood, people. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Listen, boys, Mari, Abdul, Dan, Shane, Will. You guys take care. Have a good one.
Have a good one, mate.
Good night, my friends. Have a good one. We're probably only going here for another 30 minutes or so. So if there's anybody else who wants to jump on the show and have your chat, the lines are still open and people are available to come on.
I see Eugene in the chat. Get him on.
Eugene, if you want to jump on, you're welcome to come on. He may be just in his car. Sometimes he's on his way. I guess it's tomorrow's Sunday for him.
Time, yeah.
Or he's woke up at Sunday already, so he's welcome to come on if he'd like. But let's see. Asian World Cup qualifiers. Let's see what the table looks like. Yeah, they just have groups. So it's third round Group A, third round Group B. So I don't see. What do you got? Was it the top 4 that finished or something in those 2 groups, or what?
Top 2 automatically qualify. So Iran and Korea Republic probably will qualify. I'd be keeping an eye out on Iran.
Saudi Arabia, Japan,
and Australia is we're 3 points behind Japan, and the top 2 qualify. We probably have to go for the playoffs. The big surprise there is
how many people do you send?
What do you mean?
How many teams do you send to the World Cup? Does your confederation send?
4, I believe it's 4 and 1 team that could qualify.
First per confederation.
Check there.
I don't even know.
I mean, last time we played Honduras for the playoff spot for the World Cup. So we done it the hard way.
So there's 4 slots and 1 playoff.
Yeah, so UEFA gets 13 spaces. South America gets 4.5 places. I don't know how you get a half place. I guess maybe it's a playoff with another nation.
Yeah.
No. I think the half is if the 5th slot, if they win the playoff, then they go through. But if they get eliminated, then it's only 4.
Yeah. And then so CONMEBOL gets 4.5 places. CONCACAF gets 3.5 places. Because we have I think we have the smallest confederation.
Well, that half we play the playoff. It'll be the 3rd place of Group A and Group B playoff to have a playoff from your half.
Yeah. So we have we also have the smallest tournament. So like in CONMEBOL, 10 teams play to qualify. In CONCACAF, only 8 teams play to qualify. In AFCON, they have 54 total teams and 28 teams play to qualify.
Asia should be big.
Asia, they get 4.5 places. And then they have 34 Asian nations drawn into 8 groups of 5 teams is what it starts out as. So 34 nations drawn into 8 groups of 5 teams. That's round 2. And then round 3 is the final round. And since you guys get 4.5 spots, how many teams? How many?
We're fighting Japan. We're fighting Japan for that playoff spot, for that automatic qualifier. The half we play CONMEBOL half.
Yeah, CONMEBOL. So that's South America. I think Oceania. How come you guys aren't in Oceania?
Because we moved into Asia group
For more competition or something?
For better competition, and instead of playing something like 16 games in the Pacific region, we would have played 32 or something. It's like a heap more games, and yeah.
Well, and you're not even guaranteed a spot. Okay. So Oceania gets half a spot. And so
so for Asia, it's the 2 third-place team. They face off. And then the winner of the 2 third-place team, they face off against South America, a South American playoff.
Yeah. And so round 3, the 4 teams play semifinal. So that half place always ends up playing a CONCACAF team. So really, I mean, CONCACAF teams get 4 spots. I mean, because like since Australia is not playing in Oceania, you got Solomon Islands, Tahiti, Ventura, Tonga, Cook Islands, New Zealand, Fiji, Papua New Guinea. Like none of those guys are going to beat a CONCACAF team. Not even like bottom or mid-side CONCACAF teams.
Don't count New Zealand off for Kiwis. Kiwis can upset a few people.
Yeah, like they're not beating Panama though, man.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't. They're not beating Panama, bro. Costa Rica, no way, not happening.
Damn, I'm an Aussie and I'm defending the Kiwis.
You're defending the Kiwis. Get Jamie, get up in here, or Shamu.
I'm gonna say, where's Shamu? Woo! Say his name 3 times and he'll appear.
Shamu. But no, man, I don't think any of those teams are getting it. Now that Canada's kind of stolen that, like in the past, I think the Oceanic tie was maybe between Canada and some of those guys, but like Costa Rica, Panama, I don't think you're getting by either one of those 2 teams. Sorry, New Zealand folk.
I think that's why we went into Asia, because it's a stronger group which raises our football.
Yeah, keeps you from just getting kicked out in that one-off match against somebody from CONCACAF, right? Yeah. That makes sense. It also too helps build your, gives you more competition. In fact, to be honest with you, I'd really like to see him combine CONCACAF and CONMEBOL into one conference. Just make it kind of like a big one, like UEFA. Give them, 10 spots or something like that. You may see the United States not making it for a while, but I would just really like I don't think there's a reason. Same time zones, so there's not a TV reason. You're talking travel times too. It's not that long of a flight from, say, Atlanta to Argentina. You're talking what, 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe. So,
see, we were beating Tahiti like 8-0.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But besides Mexico and now Canada and Panama, so there's like the only teams that are really any good in CONCACAF are the United States, Mexico. Those are the 2 big ones. Then Canada, Costa Rica, Panama. Sometimes Jamaica has a good team. Sometimes Trinidad, Tobago. But we beat, like, the United States beat Trinidad, Tobago like 8-0 or something like that.
Yeah, they has Honduras or Nicaragua.
Honduras made it to the World Cup, right? I'm pretty sure they made it.
Yeah,
Honduras has qualified to the World Cup before. Yeah. But I'm saying they're just not as strong recently at all as they have been in a long time. And I think that if they combine, because CONMEBOL really, once you get past their top 10 teams, it drops off really, really hard. So I think they should really just combine CONMEBOL and CONCACAF into one confederation.
I think you may be ahead of the game. No, actually, you're with what the rumors that are going about. There's rumors that the Copa Libertadores, which is a huge tournament in South America, but they're worried because the purists hate this idea, but they're looking at the European Super League, right? They're looking at the Champions League. They're like, what can they do to be able to get that amount
compete?
Of money?
Yeah.
And so it's allowing North American clubs. They're thinking about allowing the LA Galaxy, the New York Rebels, like the teams that are good.
Inter Miami,
the good teams. Well, you have to qualify, but they're basically opening up because they need more TV markets. New York, and
well, I mean, because right now this is what I like when we had that conversation on Twitter. Like, I hear what you're saying, Martin. I understand that's why the purists are against this, is because they're like the history. That's the dumbest argument ever, right? Like, because they say that like the AFCON is a bigger tournament than the Gold Cup. Well, I'm sorry, right? But like the AFCON final may get 90 million viewers, right? But the average attendance of an AFCON match is like 18,000, whereas the Gold Cup match is like 60 something thousand. The TV ratings was 10 million in the United States, 12 million in Mexico. So you got 22 million people in just 2 countries watching the Gold Cup final, not to mention whoever else watched it. And you have 90 million people watching the AFCON final in the entire world. But when you look at each individual match of the Gold Cup, the TV ratings of the Gold Cup blow it out. MLS gets better ratings than the Brazil and the Argentinian leagues do. MLS gets higher TV ratings. So when you're talking about money from sponsors, right, those things matter. They just do. People, oh yeah, but the MLS. Well, the reason why MLS isn't as good as those leagues is because of the competition. When these guys start playing each other in a Champions League type of a thing, if you're getting in the United States, Mexico to play against Argentinian and Brazilian teams in a UEFA Champions League, Europa League, it could be like called the Americas League type of a thing. You're talking far bigger money than just what anybody can do on their own. And it benefits us. It benefits our national teams. So you got to stop us North Americans. Look, I'm going to get in close. Us North Americans. We got to stop with this North-South pride thing, right? We got to come together for the betterment and get one over on all of these, European guys, all right?
And
let's join together. Let's join forces.
Amen. You're preaching, brother. Preach,
Amen.
brother.
When Copa America was in the United States, it was a huge hit.
Yeah.
In Orlando, we were really happy. It was sold out. Because
sold out every single one. Best ratings. It was the most ratings of any Copa America ever.
Yeah. When the Copa America was in the United States, and they want to do it again, but there's a faction, the purists, like, all right, we allowed that one time, but they were like, we were so successful, we made money.
100%, Mike, Mr. Nick.
It was a hit. It was a hit. So, I mean, if you can guarantee me Boca Juniors or River Plate or Corinthians or Santos come to play, I'm in Orlando, the Orlando Lions, that game, they would have to move it from our home stadium to Campbell World Stadium because
because to be too many people. Yeah,
people. It would be ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of those South Americans, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those South American teams, like if we had a America's League, right? And that's why CONMEBOL and CONCACAF need to combine. Just combine, right? And I know that and this is the problem. CONCACAF has very few teams. And they make so much money off of just the United States, Mexico, Canada, right? That it doesn't matter. They're making as much money as all of CONMEBOL is without having to do the work or the effort. But what I'm saying is if you combine the two, and it's just now that MLS is getting to a point because it is a top 15 league in the world right now. Like if I were to do top football leagues in the world, top football.
I'll say this. The Nations League, the 2024 Nations League, they invited CONMEBOL to play with U.S. teams.
Yeah.
So it's already happening. So you might as well allow it.
And they used to invite Mexico all the time. Mexico even was a finalist, I think, twice. They went to the finals twice for Copa America. The U.S. has only played in there 4 times. Yeah, 4 times, but twice we got to the quarterfinal or to the semifinals. Finished 4th twice. So I mean, it's not like we couldn't hang in that league in that deal. But like, so you got, let's see. So the Brazil League is ranked 8th. The Mexican League is ranked 9th. Major League Soccer is 14th, and the Argentinian League is ranked 18th. So they're very close to each other. There's probably a similar score gap difference. So the average for Argentina is 38. Australia is
nowhere on that list.
Nowhere on that list. Yeah, not. Well, I mean, it's on the list, but not in the top 20.
How about the South African League? Are they in it? I feel like they're. South Africa has a couple.
The Australian League is 29th.
In the world, yeah.
Yeah, A League. Yeah, it's about the same as League One in England. About the same level as League One.
Yeah. Called the A League, right? The A-League.
Yeah, A League.
A League.
A-League.
Is a K League in there or J League?
Yeah, the J League is ranked 21st. The K League is going to be lower than the Australian thing, I think. You got the Chinese Super League at 28th, Australian A League, And the list bottoms out at 33rd with the English League 2. I don't see K-League on here. The Korean League is not very high level, to be honest.
It's getting there, though.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
I see Celtic are rating the J League at the moment.
The Scottish Premiership is ranked 19th, right? So like people always like crap on MLS, but it's better than the Turkish Super League. It's better than the Danish League. It's better than the Argentinian League. It's better than the Scottish League. You know, it's better than the Norwegian League. It's better than the Swedish League.
I think
which are all leagues that compete in UEFA.
I think the perception is the reason why we get crap on. Like I said, because there's some young talent.
Not on the list right now.
I think we get the MLS get crap on because of two things. Number one, the what you call it, the designated player usually is a player minus Javinko and minus Insigne. Insigne can still play. I mean, you see him in Euros, you see him with Napoli, going to Toronto. We have all these players who are like past their prime and stuff, and
yeah, but that's done though. That used to be the case, right? But now teams aren't really even using DPs that much anymore. It used to be that every team could have a DP, right?
People still think that it's the retirement league. When you look at the chats and stuff, they still think it's some kind of.
And in fact, we're getting a lot of teams out of the Brazil League, the Argentinian League, the Mexican League, because they make more money in MLS than they do in those leagues. And that's what I'm saying. When the money starts coming up and up and up in the MLS, which it is every year, that salary cap's getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. That minimum is getting higher and higher and higher and higher.
The owner of the Orlando team, he came out and he literally clearly said this, and he's getting the help of Kaká and Rivaldo because they live in Orlando. They say they want really Orlando to be the South American team, meaning that that's where they recruit players who would normally maybe go to Corinto. Not to say they will play a couple of years of Corinthos, but they will, before they go to Europe, maybe transition to America, go to Orlando, and make that Brazilian staple team or Argentinian team. And so I said that's a good idea, mixed with, of course, Americans, and that's the way to go. But people still have that perception. Oh, it's the retirement league. You guys will probably get Ronaldo or Messi to come play. And it's like, no, it's not. It's changing. Like Will said.
Yeah, it's not that way anymore. Like Zlatan came, played in MLS for 2 years, and then went back and played in Italy again, right? So it's not retired. He didn't retire in MLS. He was still fit.
Can I ask Dan a quick question?
Yeah.
I just want to know how his football's going at the moment.
Zlatan?
Dan THFC, are you playing football this year?
Yeah, I'm playing.
How's it going?
It's going
doing
good.
well?
Yeah.
You're probably in the spring or in the winter break right now, though, right? Or no?
No, we're playing. Just this weekend we had it off. Last weekend we actually had a tournament. We made it to the finals and lost. But yeah.
Yeah.
Did you lose by much?
No, it was like 2-1, I think. No, it was 3-1. But they got a goal in the last minute, so most of the game it was 2-1. And we were trying to score, but then they got one in the last minute and ended up 3-1.
What's your position?
I'm a right winger.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. You still working hard? Or are you getting like burnt out on it?
Yeah, I'm still working hard.
Yeah, you didn't sound that. I didn't hear a whole lot of enthusiasm. Sounds like you're getting distracted by.
Have you ever seen the video?
By teenage boy stuff.
Have you ever seen the video of the one that I put up on my channel about that Hell Week?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
You saw it?
Yeah.
That was this summer, and the reason my dad did it is because I was running too slow. He did all of that because I was running too slow in his eyes.
That's good. You probably were running too slow. Here's the thing: when you're a dad, right? So we watch you growing up your whole life, right? You're only seeing like right now today, right? We're older, we have better memories. we're wiser. So listen to what your dad has to say. I'm gonna tell you, because he wants you to do what's best for you. Like my son used to, when he was 10, 11, 12, 13, he used to come home from school, train on his own, do blah blah. Then boom, he started hitting 14s. His voice started changing. Started getting hair in funny places, and he has lost his it's like he's lost his desire, right? It's just changed. And so a dad at this point, because we've gone through that same thing, we got to help you get through that time, because that's a weird time. Things change, feelings start to change, your interests start to change. So you got to keep yourself focused, right? Got to keep yourself focused. Keep yourself focused. Keep it focused. Don't let yourself wander off into things that are fleeting, right? Because then all of a sudden it's going to hit 18, 19, 20, and your desires are going to go back to where they were when you were 12. And you're going to be like, dang it, I done wasted all that time. So I can tell you right now, my biggest regret is not, man, I wish I had played more Xbox, right? Like that's not a regret that I have. It's, man, I wish I was good at this. I should have stuck at it. I should have pressed harder. I should have worked harder when I had the chance. Because once you're old, man, it's done. So keep working hard at it, man, because you're never done. You're never done until you're dead. So keep pushing hard at it. Don't give up. I'm not saying you're giving up now, but I'm just giving you a preventative. I'm talking to my son now, Paul, if you're watching. But,
Danny, you frozen? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's just like this old man's talking to me. He doesn't want to hear. I know how it is.
Hey, I'm the oldest one on the panel, so.
But
Well, this has been a question going around Spurs Twitter recently. Right now, what I wanted to know what your opinion was on this: top 4 or FA Cup?
FA Cup.
FA
I want
Cup.
both, man. I want both.
Yeah.
If you could only choose one.
I don't like these. You can only choose one. Right? That's like Cody Mack telling me, do you want to win the Gold Cup or do you want to qualify for the World Cup? No. America always qualifies for the World Cup, right? So it's not a big deal to us.
And we always win the World Cup, and then we always win the Gold Cup.
We don't always. I'd rather win a Gold Cup. Like it's a bigger deal to win a Gold Cup for me to beat Mexico in a final than it is to qualify, right? I mean, if we qualify, like we should always qualify, right? It's not qualifying for us isn't an achievement. We should always qualify, right? Coaches get sacked if they don't qualify, right? Like it's not an achievement, right? Winning the Gold Cup, beating Mexico in the final at a Gold Cup, that's an achievement, right?
I would say because I've only seen one cup in my Spurs lifetime, and
I've never seen us win anything.
And yeah,
Me neither.
I
Well,
wanna
Audi
see-
Cup. Audi Cup.
Audi Cup, yeah.
other than the 2008 the Carlin Cup, but I so desperately want a cup. But here's the problem, and this is the reason why I say top 4, because as you can see, we're being rejected by players. You got players say, like, well, I do like Conte, but are you guys gonna play the Champions League? Are you gonna play the Champions League?
Yeah.
And Conte wants to win the Premier League. He said, forget the top 4. So
Yeah.
to win the Premier League, we need to recruit the players, as Jason is saying.
Yeah, I want to win the league too. I don't want to win just top 4. I want to win the freaking league.
I want to win the lottery.
So we need top 4 to attract those players to win the league. I want to go for it all. I want the top, the creme de la creme of trophies. I want, and the FA Cup is a major trophy in my book, but I want the major trophy. That is the Premier League and Champions League.
The Champions.
So
We were this close away from it. We need
players, and so top 4 is essential. It is essential. Oh, we're gonna go shopping this summer. Wait till summer. But people forget it. Pending.
Martin says we won the 7 Champions Cup. That's bigger than the Audi Cup. I don't even know what that is.
And so The only way we go shopping this summer and truly back Conte is if we have that Champions League tag. How do you get Champions League tag? Not winning the FA Cup. It is top 4. Don't get me wrong. I want the FA Cup. I want both. But if you told me I had to choose one, I'm leaning towards top 4 because we need the players. FA Cup and Europa League will not get those players.
I just want to win both. Like, I don't like this whole those hypotheticals, like, you know, like best possible world scenarios, like those things. Oh, like modal logic annoys the crap out of me. Okay, so if anybody's into philosophy and they know what modal logic is, like it's those best possible worlds or like what if scenarios. You know, in a possible world, you know what contingents and necessities exist. Blah blah blah. It's so dumb because it's like, why don't we just, we're in both. Let's do both. Like, why do we have to pick one? You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you value more? Well, I value what we're able to win. We're able to win both the FA Cup and get top 4. So let's do both. Like, I think that's like a, you know, and I know it's a fun thing that people like to do, but it's not fun for me. I just find it annoying, right? It's like, if you had to murder your son or murder your wife, who would you murder? It's like, neither. No, you have to murder one of them. Why do I have to murder one of them? Like, it doesn't make sense. There's no application. There's nothing intelligible about that comment, right? You know.
I mean, yeah, that is a good question. I do hear that question, you know, popping around, you know, Spurs Twitter and all. But like, the only reason why I said winning the FA Cup is I don't believe that even if we did get that Champions League tag and we did get that large influx of money, that would really cause, or that would really lead to us signing, let's say, for example, if we got the promise that getting Champions League, getting top 4 means that we're going to sign 4 or 5 new quality players, then I would take that, right? Because I would rather have the long-term success rather than, you know, the short-term gratification. But we've had top 4 before. We've been in Champions League before. That didn't stop us from buying one player in a window. So I don't find what's the difference now.
We had it at a time when we weren't buying people, right? So we were building a stadium. We were in an older stadium, smaller stadium. We're getting ready to build a new stadium. We've got that new stadium now. So now there's no excuses for us to not buy those players. You know what I mean?
Well, there's debt in the new stadium.
Yeah, but that's not that kind of debt. Exactly, Reload. That's exactly the kind of questions that I hate. Like, yeah, so chop your left wall off, your right wall off. It's not so dumb. But how about none of them? Right? Like these questions, they're not intelligible because they're not telling you what you really want or what you really value. It's telling you what you would prioritize in an unnatural scenario. It's just dumb. But
yeah. I mean, getting top 4, I feel like is a bigger challenge. You know, winning an FA Cup. You know, Arsenal showed that all you need to do is just get hot at a certain time. But getting top 4 is more of like a long term. It's the proper barometer to actually showcase how well you are, right? Because you're playing in a 38 game season, rather than just lucking getting a lucky goal in a 2 game. You know, Arsenal showed us, you know, you can easily beat Man City in semi-final. You can get lucky, and then final is a final. You can get whatever, like score a penalty, score a corner kick, set piece, whatever. But, you know, getting top 4 in a 38-game season, it really shows that you were truly the 4th best team. You were truly better than, you know, Man United or whatever. So, yeah, and I mean, I'm still going to go with FA Cup. I'm still going to go FA Cup.
Yeah, Jason Williams does put up a good point. He said there's a huge difference this summer than last summer. You got Bale, Toby, Aurier, Sissoko, Lo Celso, and Ndombele, Dele all off the wage bill. That's nearly £1 million a week. I mean, that's 4 or 5 players we can sign. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to sell them off in the summertime. Hopefully,
I think Lo Celso. We can easily sell Lo Celso to like a Spanish league team. We're not gonna make a profit on that. But in Ndombele, I'm not entirely sure because I still think that we pay too big of a price to kind of stomach a 40 million pound loss, because that's what it's going to take. We're not going to get more than 30 mil off Ndombele, of course. So we're going to have to take like at least a 30 million pound deficit, and I don't know if Daniel Levy is ready to stomach that.
Yeah.
So he'll come back in the summer. Come back to us.
Yeah.
What do we do then?
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, because his release clause, not his release clause, but if Lyon wants to keep him, we have to pay like 60 million pounds, which is pretty much what we bought him for.
60 million euro or whatever, yeah.
It's impossible. They're not going to trigger that.
Why can't we just
like,
send him back and just say, hey, you give us the money that we've paid you so far, and we'll just call it like it never happened? Like, why can't we just get like an annulment? That should be a thing, a transfer annulment, right? Where they just pay the money back. And, if he wants to go back to his old team and they want him back, you just do an annulment. You pay back what the other team has paid, and you just go, boom, and then you just call it a day. You know what I mean? I guess it's not beneficial to the player like he wants his big fat wages that he got at the new club, but I don't think he'll come back, though. I don't think he'll come back. Like, I think he was saying that because, like, he wants that cash, right?
Especially with Conte. Because Conte, after that game where he was strolling off the pitch, Conte looked very aggravated with him.
Yeah. He's done. He's not going to play when Conte. He's going to go on to a loan to another team.
I don't think Brian Hill's coming back. Did you see Antonio? Let's talk about that. So that'd be the last thing that we talk about before we wrap up the show. But did you see Conte's comments on Brian Hill? Like when he was talking about Ndombele and Lo Celso, he's like, "Yeah, we've made some mistakes." Like, boom! Like when he was talking about Brian Hill, he was like, "He's a good player, but." Right? And then he lists off, like, he went off on like 5 paragraphs that I put up on a tweet. They're up on, I did change my Twitter handle too. It's at THFCRants now instead of at WillStewartTHFCRants. So I paid $2,000 for that. No, I'm just kidding. But I did switch it up because people were adding me that, like, people thought that was my @ on Twitter, and so I figured I just might as well just fix it that way. But so at THFCRants on Twitter, if you go there, you can see I put up the whole the thread or whatever they call it on Twitter, and he made these comments basically saying that the Premier League is at a different level, and you have to have certain attributes in order to be successful in this league. Basically insinuating that Brian Hill doesn't have any of those attributes. You said he's a good player, he's a creative player, but even if you're a creative player, if you don't have size, strength, power, all of those things, you're not going to make it. So it seems like Conte was kind of the guy who pushed Brian Hill to go out and loan. The other ones, it kind of seemed like he was a little upset that they left. But with Brian Hill, he didn't seem upset at all, like watching the press conference back.
Because he's young.
But it's only a loan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only a loan.
There's no obligation or option to buy.
No, but I think the reason why he was loaned out is because Conte didn't want him. Wasn't going to use him. Like, he doesn't fit a Conte system. I don't think we'll see Brian Hill back at the club as long as Conte's here.
I think Brian Hill, you can still fetch a good fee for him in the Spanish league. I don't have no problem. I don't think he's going to have a future really at Spurs, but I think it's not going to. Spurs is at least going to get like 20 million pounds off him, so they're not going to take too much of a loss.
Basically,
but they make a profit.
Yeah,
He's too skinny.
I would have preferred him to go either Premier League or Champions League side. I'm not totally giving up on him because I can see the raw abilities that he has.
Yeah,
but
I don't see what you guys see in this player, man. I don't see it.
I watched the game that he played last against I forgot the team that he played against, but he played in the Copa del Rey and he played fantastic. Well, I'm telling you, there's a player in there. You might not see it now, but in 2 years maybe.
Yeah, but a player for what league? Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a Premier League player. But
we're a Premier League team. So
I never said he was going to play for Tottenham. I think he'll be a great player in like a La Liga or in one of those leagues like that because he's not strong.
He's a Spanish league player. He's
not fit enough.
There is maybe two coaches, I think, in the Premier League that can cultivate his talent. That's Pep and that's Pop. And that was the only reason I was hesitant on Alvarez from River Plate. People are, oh, I was like, well, as great as Conte is, I don't think he's the type of manager to cultivate a transition for Alvarez from the Argentinian league to the Premier League. Because people call him Baby Kun Aguero. Yes, perfect team he went to, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola. I think if Juan Hill went to Manchester City, you would see him flourish better, in my opinion, rather than our
exactly. Jason Williams.
So I think what we got attracted is the raw talent that he has, and it would shock me if he was, one of the top players in Europe. I just think it might be the wrong team for what we have. For what we have.
I just don't know, man. Like, it's like you already see, like, and I know this is, you see Messi struggling in Liga. It's like there are just certain players who fit certain leagues. Like, and I almost think, and this is a hot take, but I'm Will Stewart, and this is THFC Rants, so this is what we do. I don't think Messi is the player we remember him for if he bounces around like Cristiano Ronaldo did. I don't think you see Messi. If he had gone to England or if he would have gone to Italy, I don't think we remember him as the best of a generation.
I would agree with that. The only reason I'm saying that Messi now, we're basing Messi with PSG as a 32-year-old Messi. Messi in his prime, I watched him school United.
In the Champions League, you got one-off, cup competition matches. That's different than playing teams week in, week out, right?
True, but Messi, in my book, and it's a hot take because I know everybody has a different opinion. I think Messi, top 5 greatest players I've seen on the planet, let alone, questionably, he's supposed to be my GOAT. And so, when you're talented, you find ways to adjust to a league. Now, it's hard because he's played all his life in La Liga. I would have wished to see him play in the Premier League, but this intelligence as a player is light years ahead of some of the best defenders in the Premier League. Because this guy is
just gotta take this hat off.
Because he is the GOAT. So, because that's one of my biggest beef. People are like, well, he has to play the Premier League. I'm like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. The guy is, he is genius with the football. And when you're a genius on the football, you're a genius.
You see, I think we're going to have the same problem that we have with Gil or Hill is Papa Sarr. We're going to have the same issues. I don't think he's going to adapt to the Premier League.
I think he has a different build, a little bit of a different. Yes, he's kind of sticking bones, but I mean, he has a different frame than Brian Hill does. So I don't. That's just age. So Brian Hill's about 3 or 4 years older than him, and maybe 2. And that's just frame though. I don't think we're gonna have the same issues as Brian Hill.
He's gonna have to go out on loan to a League One or a Championship side.
I don't know. I don't know if he will, because, and this is the thing that I don't think people realize. My 14-year-old son, right, who isn't that big, is an inch shorter and 20 pounds lighter than Brian Hill. And Brian Hill's a grown man, right? 20, 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's not 14, right? There's a difference. And I can knock my kid over with, like, I can blow on him. He'll fall over. I can't imagine. Like, there's no way that I could imagine sending my 14-year-old son, 1 inch shorter and only 20 pounds lighter, out into a pitch full of grown men. Like, I'd be like, he's gonna die, right? Like, I might as well go shop for coffins, right? Like, that's how I would feel. And Yeah, and I'm telling you, 1 inch and 20 pounds isn't going to make a huge difference, man. Like, against grown men. You know what I mean?
That's going to bulk up, though. He definitely has to bulk up.
Like, he's got to put on like 35, 40 pounds, and that's not easy to do. And he has to put it on right. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to bulk up too much and start looking like Dele Alli.
I mean, you got to put weight on. You have to put it on in the right places, in the right way, in the right balance. It's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, hey, you know, trying to grow a little, you know, whatever that mustache is. Like my 14-year-old son has a better mustache than Brian Hill does. And it's just like, what are you doing, man? With that dirty Sanchez mustache, you know, you can't do that. You know, just stop.
Yeah, looks like he's part of the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm also at the point of if Paratici doesn't want him, hey, what Paratici wants, Paratici gets. Because they got him before Conte. No, Paratici, I mean Conte. Whatever Conte wants, Conte gets. And you know, Conte wasn't there when they signed them. So I'm also of that opinion. So
can you sign my kid? Yeah, I don't know if my kid's ready right now though for that level. I think I think my kid could hang at an MLS academy, but I don't know if he could hang at a Spurs academy. I don't know. I've never seen the Spurs kids play, so I couldn't tell if he could hang there or not. But my kid can play. He can play.
Yeah.
He can play. But that's it for tonight's show, folks. I want to go around the room and let everybody have their final thoughts, plug their stuff, tell us where we can find them or when we're going to find them and where we're going to see them next. Starting with Mari. See, you changed the name of your channel finally.
yes,
Made it shorter.
Long. It was too long. It's much easier for people to find me. So I took the advice of some wiser man. You've been one. I think because you won the first.
Yeah, I said it like 12 times.
The whole sentence as your title.
Yeah,
Mari from that Spurs episode.
Yeah.
Like I get the vibe, but it's like people's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's too long. So it's just Mari's Spurs channel. So it's just simple as that. And
Yeah, simple. Straight to the point.
straight to the point. And so the Wednesdays you can see me on Spurs Love Lounge, and then also I have another show. It fluctuates, but we're having a special. I got in contact. Actually, they contacted me on Her Game 2, and so we're looking for a date to have them do a show on just the women's game and how it's progressing and stuff, and then the ups and downs of women in media and social media. So it should be a fun episode. That's on the Tavern. Before I go, oh man, I gotta say, your last rant show was epic. Go back and watch it. To have a show with Alex, Will, Sean, and really,
Estelle.
and no one was really funny. It was really like,
And the world didn't collapse. I know.
yeah, that was epic. I watched it the next day at work during some downtime. I'm like, hold up, he has all the rage, the cage rattlers,
The cage rattle, yeah, the cage fires. I was waiting. I was ready for it to go. I was ready for it to pop off and blow off, and it never did. We were all respectful of each other, and that's great. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know, there's a lot of animosity out here. There's a lot of like Twitter battles and stuff like that. And I mean, we've had some blow ups on this channel, on this show, a lot of times between myself and Cody, or me and Marcelo, or me and whoever else. There's a pattern there. But I think that a lot of times if we could all come on the show and actually like hash ideas out, there'd probably be a lot more unity and not as much division and beef. So anyone out there, if you don't like me, come on my show. We'll talk it out like men. I'm actually a pretty nice guy, believe it or not. And I may disagree with your opinion, but as long as you don't call me names, we're not going to have any problems. So
exactly. And so I just wanted to give a big up to that, because I was just like, man, that was a classic episode. That was one.
that was a good show. Yeah.
That was excellent, and it shows that we all love Spurs. All right, we may have different ideas and slants, but we all love Spurs, man. So it felt like the UN, the UN, the United Nations episode of Spurs. So I just wanted to give you a big up on that. Maybe somebody last word of Spurs, or
yeah, the caller OC from the cheese room. If he would come on, like I said, I think I mentioned that on the show. If he would have been on the show, we would have broken the internet. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun to do a show like that, and I'm up for it anytime.
Yeah, but that's where people can find me, and so
Good deal, man. Good deal. I really like that the Love Lounge show. And two, I don't know like what group you're in or whatever, but if you want to send me that link for that, I'm actually free on Wednesdays a lot. So send me the link and I'll join.
I would love for you to, especially for some of the segments. But I know you saw my email link the other day, and I saw yours link the other day.
Yeah.
But I know you.
But if you're in a group that you share that with, or you want to add me to that group, just go ahead and do that, and then
okay. I would definitely do that,
then that way I can just know.
Because I know you and Cody have to watch the kids during that time.
My son's training changed from Monday, Wednesday, Thursday to Tuesday, Thursday for the spring. So I got Wednesdays free now. So
okay,
yeah,
awesome.
But Mr. Shane, where can we find you at, my friend?
I'm just floating around a bit at the moment, being a bit of a hussy.
It's always fun.
Just jumping on different streams here, there, and everywhere. It may have not kicked off on your show, but I get onto Eugene's Persuasion. It kicked off there last week, on Wednesday, sorry. If you haven't seen that episode, that was just manic. It was just crazy. Oh, yeah.
Who was going at it? Josh and who else?
No, it was Mr. K and Sean.
Okay, Sean. So Sean was there, yeah. Okay.
Sean and Ian and Mr. K were just going at it.
Nice.
It was big Levy in, Levy out sort of fight.
Nice.
And it was just crazy. So yeah, you find me just floating around on different streams. I like to jump on your streams and Mr. K's stream. I have to get back on the Love Lounge at some stage, but yeah.
Yes.
Just floating around at the moment. And
yeah, man.
It's me on Twitter.
It's always good to have you on, man. I love to see you on the show. I love having you on the show. I always enjoy your opinions. And then Mr. Dan THFC, you're back. What, you're back from college?
Not even close. I'm applying for high school now, so not even close.
Applying for my son's going into high school next year, so maybe his first year. Are you in 8th grade or 7th grade?
8th grade.
Okay, so you're in the same grade as him then. So.
Yeah,
you're in 08, he's in 07 though, I think. Yeah. So
I'm actually applying for a high school that has the best broadcasting sports
broadcasting program. Cool, man.
In the country.
Good deal. You gotta head up. You got a heads up on them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you can find me at Dan THFC. I'm gonna be uploading now more
regularly.
Yeah.
Yep.
On my Twitter handle is Dan THFC. Pretty sure we have an Instagram account as well. But the main thing is to like and subscribe to Will's channel, because he is doing. I've seen his streams recently. You guys do not want to miss this content. Make sure you smash like. And I'm still not at his level. With the technology, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Like here.
It's good, man. There you go. He's got multiple camera angles. There he goes, rocking the OBS through his setup there. He's working on it. He's got it. Got 2 cameras. Yeah.
Look at that. Damn. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good deal. But looks like you moved. Did you move recently? Your room looks different. You just reorganize it?
No, this is just my grandma's house.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Still Miami area? Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal, my man. Well, everybody go check out and subscribe to Dan THFC. Follow him on Twitter as well. And we've got Abdul. Man, when are you going to get your own channel, get your own Twitter sphere thing, man? Like, I don't see you out there enough. You need to get keep the other Canadians in check, man. They're out of control right now.
I know. It's a work. I'm gonna create my own. I'm gonna create my own channel one day. I'm probably gonna have more of an outlook on all the different teams and all the different leagues. Kind of want to just spread the love evenly rather than just focus on them.
Yeah, man. Like, if you don't want to have a,
I'm in the phone. Can you want to say?
If you don't want to even go through the hassle of doing that, and you just want to have a show, just let me know, bro. You can have a show. I'll set you up with a show here, like Mr. Kane, man. You can do your thing. So whatever you want to do, my friend.
Yeah.
If that's how you want to, get your feet wet a little bit, just I'll make the thumbnail, set it up for you. Just hop on and do your thing, and then you can start your own channel later, or whatever you want to do. Just let me know. So that invitation is to anybody that's a regular on the channel. If you want to have a show, if you have a particular topic that you want to rock out, just let me know, man. We'll set you up.
I appreciate that. Well, just like if I wasn't have a channel, I'm probably gonna have more of like a kind of look into different leagues, especially Champions League. That's sort of why I like to kind of, I do a lot of analysis work on the Spanish league, the French league, the Bundesliga, Eredivisie, and my Twitter handle is AbdulKareem_15. If you guys want to kind of get in touch with me for whatever reason, whether even if it's just different sports too. Like, I'm also a really big basketball fan. I'm a huge. I think basketball is probably my first love, so I'm still a huge NBA fanatic. So I'm still on that. AbdulKareem_15. And you can also sometimes, you may see me on We Are Tottenham TV, or you'll see me on the Will Stewart's channel, or you even may see me on Football Terrorists time to time.
I need to start getting on that channel as well. Football Terrorists, I need to start calling it. I watch it a lot, but
they need more Tottenham supporters. Like, there's probably
a lot of Chelsea. I haven't seen any. Anytime I've seen it call in, it's always Liverpool or Chelsea fans for the most part. Man United fans.
Exactly. We need to get that out there more, because it's not we're not as powerful on that platform. So
yeah, I need to call into that more, especially now that I have a little bit more time. I've gotten a little settled in here, so if you've noticed, I've been in streams, in the chat and streams, and streaming more often than I have over the last 2 or 3 months, and that's just because I started to get into a pattern now. I have that, maybe I'm a little on the spectrum a little bit, I don't know, but I have patterns for me help me with my productivity. If I don't get into patterns, if things change, then I can't. Right? Yeah, I just can't schedule things. So like, there was a time there too where some of my partners, they would, just because schedules were always kind of weird things were going on, they would say, we're gonna have a meeting on Tuesday, but I don't know what time. I'll just call you. And so it's like, for me, it's like Tuesday. Okay, so I can't be on a stream and be professional and end the stream just to go on a business call. So it's like I got to sacrifice one for the other. Some days they would say, we're going to have a meeting today, and then they wouldn't have a meeting at all. And I was like, man, I could have streamed twice in that time that I was sitting there waiting for people to have a meeting. But, that's just how it works. But, it is what it is. But, huh?
I said, thanks for having me on too.
You're welcome. All of you guys are welcome to come on. And it's good to be back. It's good to be streaming more often. And any other final words, Abdul? Or
No, pretty much. I'm pretty much, yeah. Like I said, Abdul Criminal Score 15. You know, you'll see me around. You know, the YouTube world here and there. Football, the YouTube world, and yeah, 2-0. Tottenham versus Southampton. 2-0 is my score prediction. Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a good deal. Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it a night. It's 2 hours and 21 minutes in, a little bit shorter one. The wins after the win usually are a little bit shorter for some reason. The lost ones go on 3-4 hours. There's a lot of rant about, I guess, when you've lost. But I tell you what, guys, thank you guys very much for coming on the show tonight. Thank you for Mr. Stelios, Coach Stel, who's on the show earlier. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat. For doing what they're doing and watching the show and being a part of it, subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button, all of that stuff, everything that you guys do. Thank you very much. Don't forget about the memberships. If you want to help support the channel, you can join the memberships and all of that good stuff as well. Folks home, stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we'll see you when, Dan?
Next time.
Next time. Dan knows the right answer. Everybody always forgets. We'll see you next time.